everyone. I'm just going to give it a wee minute just to check that everyone's getting on okay and are finding it all right. Give a chance for a few people to get on. Hello everyone. Oh, starting to get some more people now. Oh, it's so lovely to be here. Thank you for joining me. Just going to give it another little minute just to see who's coming on. So it's so great for Ross to do this. You know, such a great way to get lots of us together. Like lots of us that would normally have loads of gigs and things going on just now that we just can't do at the moment. So yeah, it's great to catch up and see a few more people are coming on now. Hi Stefan, I think, is that, yeah? Hi. I am going to sing a couple of songs, yeah. Now that there's a few more people here, I would just like to introduce myself. My name is Nicola Cassells. I am a classical crossover singer. I perform at many events and concerts across the UK. I've been performing professionally now for roughly just over 10 years. I kind of showing my age a little bit there. But it's so lovely that Ross has decided to do this through his movies to musicals. It's just fabulous. Hi Nikki. Hi Ross. Oh, hi Laura. It's so great, and if you've been keeping up to date with the posts on the page, you would have seen Lauren Allen on Monday, who is incredible. I absolutely loved watching her and, you know, hearing a lot about how she got into the industry and things like that. And Luke McCall as well, he was amazing last night. He did a couple of songs as well, so if you haven't seen it, tune in and watch that. So as I said, my name is Nicola Cassells. If you just joined me, I'm a classical singer. So something a little bit different for you tonight. I know there's quite a few theatre performers. I don't exactly come from that background. I am more kind of classical based. I perform at events up and down the country. That can be anything from like huge scale concerts or small corporate events and charity events and things like that. So a little bit of background about myself. I've always had a desire for performing from a very early age. I used to perform at family parties, you know, the usual, putting on shows, making my sister join in, and we would recite full shows and things from our living room. I'm not sure that my sister fully enjoyed it as much as I did, but yeah, it was always a bit of fun. My family have always been music lovers, so we have all been known to do a little show here and there at family parties. And so the way I got kind of into performing as much as what I do is I joined an amateur theatre group when I was younger. So I was in, oh hi Lorraine, hi from Cornwall, amazing. Oh, and hi from Edinburgh. Yeah, sorry, so as I was saying, I joined Ayrshire Youth Theatre, and I performed in shows such as Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, Little Shop of Horrors, Amadeus. I literally made my sister do the whole of Little Shop of Horrors in our living room. It was basically just me playing every part in it, which was fun. And from there I discovered my love for singing. So I joined a local choir called Ayrshire Voices and discovered my love for classical music. We did operas such as Gilbert and Sullivan, operas such as Pirates of Penzance, Iolanthe, things like that. So that really gave me the kind of passion for classical singing. As well as classical singing, I did start off doing more kind of pop things, but as I did that, I just kind of, you know, thought, am I really doing this because I enjoy singing pop, or do I think that people might think I'm cooler if I do pop? But my real passion lay with classical music. Oh hi John, oh it's lovely to hear from you. Would I be able to perform on the Wagner? Oh, that would be amazing. I mean, if you could arrange that, then that would be amazing. Yeah, I'd love to do something in Germany, yeah. Oh, amazing. Yeah, so lots going on this week. I hope you're all well. I know it's quite hard during these times to kind of keep yourself motivated, but I hope you can join us over the next few weeks. We've got lots more performers telling their story as well, and thank you so much for joining me tonight. So I was saying that before I took the leap into classical and joining Ayrshire Voices, I used to be very nervous and I wasn't confident when it came to my performing. So it's great to get involved with something like that. It was a local youth group, so that really boosted my confidence as a performer on stage. So I've had a lot of questions around how to get into the industry and things like that, and I would say if you're a young performer, really get involved in some local community theatre work. That could be choirs, just like I did. Like, it really helped boost my confidence. Before I did that, I was put in the lead in a show in primary 7, and I actually turned the microphone off because I was so nervous about people hearing me sing. So times have certainly changed from then. So please send me your questions. If you have any, that would be amazing. I do have a couple of questions that have been posted onto the Facebook page that Ross has passed on to me. One of the questions was, how did I make it into the industry? Well, I never fully set out for a career in the music industry. As much as I had a passion for it, I actually decided to go down the route of teaching instead. And then, I was still singing at various things at the time, and I sang at this local event, and a lecturer from one of the local universities questioned me on that and said, you're still young. Why are you not trying to... Oh, I was singing just shortly, sorry. Why are you not trying to pursue a career, as a musician, as an artist? And it never really crossed my mind until that moment, to be perfectly honest. So the way I got into the industry was through a more kind of unconventional way. So rather than going to music school or anything like that, I ended up going down the route of studying music business at uni rather than the performance side of it. I think that they offer great courses and things, so if that's the route that you want to go down, I would certainly recommend going to like a music school. They're doing some amazing things there. I just didn't feel that it was for me, so I just plugged away in my own little bedroom, learning every note, every vowel, working really hard to try and perfect my voice. And with the help of some wonderful people along the way, I found my way into the music industry. So the highlight of my career so far, or what's the most challenging role you've performed? I think every day can be a challenge. The highlight of my career so far. So basically, going back to a little bit the background about how I got into the music industry. Around about the same time that my lecturer questioned why I wasn't trying to pursue a career as a singer, I entered a few local competitions. One of them was called Retail Trust Search for a Star. So basically, it was a little bit like X Factor for the retail world. Basically, my work put me forward for it because I worked part-time in H. Samuel at the time, and basically they entered me into the competition, and long story short, it went from thousands and thousands of applicants, and I went down to London and won the overall contest. So that really gave me a boost into my singing career, and that was a real highlight for me. You know, at the age of 19, getting to go down to London to perform at the Grosvenor Hotel, which was just absolutely amazing. And you know, to perform in front of an audience of thousands, you know, there was lots of celebrities, lots of influential people that were there, so that really was an incredible moment at this very start of my career. Oh, thank you. Oh, okay, so Margaret has a 13-year-old daughter who loves classical singing. I don't know if you heard me mention already, I did say that I was at Ayrshire Voices when I was younger. So I would really recommend getting involved in like a local group, you know, if there's any local choirs and things like that. I would advise getting into something like that. It's a really good way to make some friends as well. And I would also recommend listening to as much classical music as you possibly can and really soaking it all in. I took a lot of influence from people like Sarah Brightman, Dame Carey, Catherine Jenkins. I absolutely love Andrea Bocelli. So yeah, so just listen to as much as you possibly can. Get any help where you can as well. I'm really lucky that I've had some amazing singing teachers and coaches in the past. As much as I am a self-taught classical singer, I would really recommend getting some kind of coaching when you can. I had some great help from Lorna Davison when I was at school. I had Marilyn de Blake, so I had some really strong female role models when it came to singing classically. Yeah, so as I say, I went into the industry in quite an unconventional way. I decided to learn more about the business and kind of work on the vocal part in my spare time. I will sing one of my favourite songs, yes, I will do that just shortly. So yeah, as I said, I plugged away over every note and every vowel just to perfect them, and I learned as much about the business as I possibly could. Around about the time that I won the competition, I did get a lot of offers for contracts and gigs and things like that, and you know, all the kind of business side of it was completely lost on me. So if you can figure that out, because I think in this day and age, as great as it is to be part of like you know, an agency or something like that, I think as well as being part of something like an agency, you also really need to hone in on those skills yourself. So I set myself up as an independent artist. I've even directed my own music videos, released my own songs, learned all about the legal side, like contracts and things like that. So I would really highly recommend doing that, because I feel like in the industry now you can't just be one thing, you need to be a portfolio of things, you need to be well-rounded. So that is some advice that I would give to anyone that's starting out. So I will sing a little song for you. So someone has asked me if there is a favourite role that I have played. Now I haven't been in a theatre production. I am like a kind of freelance classical singer, so I do lots of one-off events and things like that. And they also asked me if I would originate a role and if I would go into musical theatre if I had the opportunity, and of course I would absolutely love to do that. And if I could originate a role, I would say that I would originate well, they've not taken Greatest Showman to the theatre yet, so it would be absolutely amazing if I could play Jenny Lind in The Greatest Showman. Or if it was a more established one, I'd maybe say Fontaine from Les Mis, that would be pretty cool, or even Glinda from Wicked, or Marion from The Music Man, that would be fun too. But on the note of The Greatest Showman, I will sing a song from The Greatest Showman now. As much as Lauren Allred did an amazing job of this song, it was originally written for an opera singer. So this is my version of it, and I hope you enjoy it. It's called Never Enough. I'm trying to hold my breath, let it stay this way, can't let this moment end. Instead of dreaming me, getting loud in love, can you hear it echoing? Take my hand, you share this with me, 'cause darling, without you, oh, the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky will never be enough, never be enough. Stars of gold are still too little, these hands could hold the world but it'll never be enough, never be enough for me, never, 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 never for me, never enough, never enough, for me, for me, for me. All the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky will never be enough, never be enough. Stars of gold are still too little, these hands can hold the world but it'll never be enough, never be enough for me, never, 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 never for me, never enough, never enough, never enough for me, for me, for me, Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So Sarah has asked, Jessica, age 10, would like to ask, how do you practice focusing your breath control to get the higher notes? Well, this is something that I have worked on for a very long time. I remember when I had my first kind of coaching lesson. Oh, thank you, Carol. When I had my first coaching lesson, I was made to lie on the floor and place a book just on my diaphragm here. So this is where all your power comes from for reaching those high notes. So basically you had to control the movement of the book with your breathing. It's hard to explain over the video, but there is plenty of sort of like videos and things or tutorials online, but I would basically just say it's just about building the strength in your stomach. As much as you exercise for your body, you need to do that for singing too, so you need to really strengthen that core and really reach deep down, and just practice and practice and practice. That's the best advice I could give, because as they say, practice makes perfect. Yeah, so some more questions. Oh, hi, Maureen. Oh, thank you, David and Lorraine. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I got asked a question by my friend Natalie. If you could duet with anyone, who would it be? I'm not really sure whether she meant dead or alive, so I'm going to give two. Dead, I would say Freddie Mercury, because how amazing would that be? I mean, really. I recently had the honour of performing this at a one-off event, the Freddie Mercury version of Barcelona with Tom Ury, and obviously no offence to Tom Ury, but I'm sure he'd agree that as much as it was amazing to sing with you, Tom, imagine getting to sing Barcelona with Freddie Mercury. That would be insane. As far as someone that's alive, I would have to say Andrea Bocelli. Oh, thanks, Natalie. I answered both questions anyway. So yeah, how do I look after my voice? Well, you've got to keep it active every day. I practice every single day, but I would recommend, if you feel like you need to rest your voice, take a day out. You don't need to practice every day, but you know, it is like a muscle. So just in the same way you would work out at the gym for your body, that your voice, your vocal cords, they're a muscle, so you really need to practice every day and keep them active. I also drink a lot of water, ginger tea, all the usual things, and make sure that you warm up properly before you do any vocal performances as well. I don't drink any alcohol before I do a performance, and you know, as my friends will know, I do like a wine, but even I won't go anywhere near alcohol before a performance. It's really important to look after your instrument. What's my favourite musical I've ever seen? My favourite musical, there's so many, I don't know how I could choose just one. A friend of mine, Kelly Matheson, is the lead role in Phantom of the Opera just now, down in the West End, and I absolutely love Phantom of the Opera. So I would recommend going to see her. I'm sure she's on maybe next week or the week after doing one of these as well, so look out for that. Have I had any moments when I've corpsed on stage? There's probably been many of them, Ross. Particularly if my sister is in the audience, because she will guaranteed always find a way to make me laugh. I just try not to look at her when I'm on the stage. Oh, hi Hazel. Yeah, so my friend Maureen has also asked, I've written down the question because she asked me earlier on, when did I first realise that I could sing? I don't think I ever really did realise as such. I learned my first ever song, which was taught to me by my gran when at a really young age, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. So I think I've always just done it because I enjoy doing it. I never woke up one day and thought, oh wow, like I can sing. So yeah, as I say, like, and it didn't, as much as it comes naturally, I've worked very hard to, you know, strengthen my voice and things as well. So she has also asked, what has been my standout memory? So I told you about how I won the Retail Trust Search for a Star Award. That was about 10 years ago now. So that would definitely be a standout memory. This kind of ties in with another question that I was asked, what is the most unusual gig that I have ever done? When I won the Retail Trust, I got invited to sing in the shop window of the House of Fraser in Oxford Street. So that was a really surreal experience. I remember seeing this red double-decker bus just coming along the street, and the bus slowed down so that everyone on the top deck could watch me. It was so bizarre. And my auntie Maureen and some of my family all came down and surprised me. So imagine my shock when I stepped out into that window, which was bizarre enough to sing, and then I was greeted by my whole family. So it was absolutely amazing. So that was a real highlight for me. But I mean, there's been so many highlights. I don't know how I could really pick just one, to be honest. Last year I performed at Glam's Castle, which was incredible. It was like proms in the park style. I actually got to share the stage with Kerry Ellis, who will be joining us on Friday, and had a real fangirl moment. I don't normally get that starstruck around people, but I was with Kerry Ellis because I've always admired her. But she was absolutely lovely and really made me feel at ease, so that was really nice. Another one from Jessica. What do you do to help with nerves for a performance? So nerves, they're not a bad thing. Like, nerves basically give you that adrenaline that takes you onto the stage to do a performance. And it's all about breathing. Like, I remember I did a concert at the Glasgow Concert Hall with Tom Daniels music, and there was a 52-piece orchestra, and my song had a really, really long intro. So it was Love Never Dies. So I remember standing backstage, and I was so nervous, but I was so excited, so I just tried to channel all those nerves into the excitement of it, and I just stood there and listened to the music coming from the orchestra, from the introduction, and I breathed with it, and that really made me feel calm and ready to do the performance. So it's all just about taking that moment to take it all in and breathe. Oh yes, it was. Oxford Street was amazing. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Cara. Oh, that's lovely. I always try to collaborate with other people as much as I can. So my friend Laura had asked me if there's anyone that I've been working with recently, and I did. I worked with a harpist called Meredith, and we recorded a song, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, which is available on my page to view. So if you want to go and check it out, it is there. I also worked with Shy and DRS, a hip hop duo. So I think, like, as much as I'm a classical singer, I'll keep myself open to other genres. I will adapt the songs to suit my voice. But I think it's great to try and get involved and try and learn some different things as well, you know, and get involved in different genres. And it was through then that I met Sandy Tom, and Sandy Tom signed me up to her record label, which was great, and she actually gave me a lovely song as well, which I think is very fitting for the situation that we're in just now. It's basically about missing people and how we will meet again somewhere in time. So I would like to dedicate this to everyone that's missing a family member or a friend, anyone that works with the NHS, for the front line, who are doing such an amazing job. This is for you. So I'm just going to do one more song for you before we round this off for today. So I hope you enjoy it. It's called Somewhere in Time, and it's based on the classical piece Clair de Lune by Debussy.
Somewhere
Thank you so much, thank you. So just before I finish up for the day, I do just want to tell you a little bit about the cause that we're trying to raise some money for during this kind of process of videos and things that Ross has asked me to talk about. Oh yes, Margaret, I do sing in other languages, yes. Sorry, if you want to hear any more from myself, you can find me on Facebook, Nicola Cassells Music. I've done quite a few sessions during the kind of lockdown, so if you want to go on and have a little look then and have a listen, then that would be amazing. So movies to musicals are also raising money to give young performers opportunities to perform. As well as this, they're going to give a percentage of the money raised to the Acting for Others Fund. Please donate what you can. It is so important to nurture young talent and help get the arts industry back up and running after this pandemic. There's also kids cast musicals that are coming up, and the applications are open now, and all the information is on the Movies to Musicals page. So please look that up and please donate what you can. As I say, it's so important to nurture young talent. For any information about the shows that are coming up, you can also find it on the page as well. Tomorrow we have Kieran Brown coming up, which I'm looking forward to at 7 o'clock. And I say Kerry Ellis is also on at 2 o'clock on Friday. So yeah, amazing. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you're all keeping well and safe. I'm just going to leave you with one more song just to finish us off. It was made very famous by the one and only Pavarotti. This is Puccini's Nessun Dorma.
Stanza
Thank you. Keep safe.